A warm welcome to my Final Fantasy XIV's beginner's guide, specifically for us people over 40. My name is Aurelie Pevi, 40 plus passionate gamer. Many people who have entered this genre later in life approach this wonderful hobby with completely different standards. So most of you have an extremely stressful life and work long hours. So it's not easy to find time to get online for such a complex game. To make it easier for you to enter this grandiose world and to use your precious time as effectively as possible, I have tried to make everything important accessible to level and gentle and fun paths for you. At this point, I would also like to emphasize that my guides are aimed primarily at recreational players who want to experience Final Fantasy XIV in full story and beauty. It's not intended for gamers who just want to get into the raid and content squad as quickly as possible, skipping and rushing through cutscenes. There's enough material out there to support that. I am now taking you step by step on your first journey to Ilazea. Let's start at the login screen. Come with me. In this first beginner video for Final Fantasy XIV, I want to give you the best possible all-around view for a smooth start in the game. In further newbie videos, I will go into more details on individual topics. Check it out! And here we are in the login screen. And that brings me straight to a very cool tool, the Lodestone, the official website of Final Fantasy XIV. I really recommend it that you take a look there, because here you will find everything about the game. In the upper right corner, account, support, configuration, and the server status. If servers cannot be reached because they are being patched, maintained, or whatever, this will be announced prompt under News. So check back here regularly, then there will be no frowny faces. An important thing here is language selection. You must already define here which you want the game to run. You can choose between English, German, French and Nihongo. Choose the right one for you. In-game you can still be changed an audio track. Then we have the login data here with the ID, your chosen password, and here you can optionally set a one-time password. My recommendation is clearly to choose the optional password, because it gives you an additional protection for your account. I think that's a really good thing. Great! Let's log in and see you in the main menu. Let's go! If you have already created a character, you will select Start. I'm going to the data center. There are 4 data centers worldwide: North America, Europe, Nihon, and Oceania. In each of the centers, it is possible to create a character for you. The only important thing is that you have a sufficient data connection and your game can run smoothly. I'm going to Europe now, which is divided again into chaos and light and the different worlds. Here we are now with the race and genders. So we have Hire, Alison, Lalafell, Mikoti, Ruagedun, Aura, Roska, and Viera. Each people is described again here in the upper left corner. Make your decision and move on. Were you successful? Did you create a character of your dreams? That's nice. I was successful too. There's she, my Auri. Let's go further. Here we are in the Eocene calendar and you are to choose your name day. The 12 gods of Eocene. Each of these gods is briefly described again in detail and you should entrust yourself to one of these deities. Character classes. Here you determine your starting character class. Start because you ultimately can do anything with the character you just created. Whether you want to be the tank, healer or damage dealer, gathering, crafting, no problem. All with this one character. There are the disciplines of warriors and magicians. Each of these roles is briefly described in the top left corner. The bottom left is the starting city where you begin your adventure with a chosen class. We have 3 different ones. For example, the Conjurer starts in the forest city of Credania. The Thaumaturge in Ulda, the Pearl of the Desert. Limsa Luminsa, the seaside town, is the starting point for the Arcanist. It is the same with the warriors. Description and starting city. Your decision. But, as I said, it is not the decision what you want to do, but rather the question how much time you have to do everything. Now, all that is missing is a nice sounding name for your sweetheart. But if you have no idea what you like or what could fit, then there is a name generator available to you here. He will then make you a few suggestions and maybe there is something that appeals to you. So, let's start! Final Fantasy XIV is waiting. Oh, she is happy! I'm happy too, because Final Fantasy XIV is so awesome. This is a scene I didn't want to withhold from you. A nice coincidence when I was making the video. This cute Lalafell came, who recognized me as a newcomer or returnee, affectionately called Newbies, and wanted to do something good for me. That's why she's giving me a present, and there she gives me some cool clothes. I thought it was a nice example of good cooperations in the Final Fantasy XIV community. Oh, how sweet. Arigato gozaimasu. That was so nice of you. With Sprout to the left of the name, you are marked as a newbie or returnee. That's a good thing. Sprout is cool. Celebrate them. You will also be celebrated by those who have been there for a long time. We want to help you and make it easier for you to get started. Stand by with advice and actions. Use that. There's also a separate channel for the newbies, where you can ask questions. Some mentors have voluntarily decided to accompany you on your way. I will go into more details on the newbie topic and the associated channel in a later video for beginners. Today, we want to give you an overview. Oh, nice beanie, nice beanie. That was so pretty cool. That was nice, wasn't it? I want to give you an overview over your interface. What tools and information do you have here? If you log into the game in the evening after a long and hard day and don't know what to do next, look in the top left corner. Red meteor with red footprints. This is your current main scenario quest. In-game just MSQ. Below is a story quest for your current job class. If you change your job, the job story quest will also change. Follow these two strands constantly. At the top right, you can see the server you are on. Data connection, and here we have the time. There are 3 different time formats: local time, server time, and EOCR time. You can change this with a mouse click. I choose EOCR time here. I would also like to explain this to you. If at some point your gatherer gets bigger, then there are time-bound collection points. In other words, you have to be in a certain place at a certain time, and this time is in EOCR time. The minimap. The section can be enlarged and reduced, and the current weather report can also play a role. Coordinates. The task list. The task list shows you the last accepted task. You can find the sorted by level and region in your journal, which you can call up with J. Inventory is accessed via I, or you can click on the inventory map below. It also works like that. Both ways lead to the inventory. And when we talk about the inventory, this leads us to the arsenal. The arsenal is a trunk with an accessory box that you carry with you, accessible via Control plus I. I find it nice that it is separated from the inventory. Here we have the individual equipment compartments. Left side, main hand and clothes. Right side, second hand, accessoires and the soul stones for each job. Now we come to the character menu. You can open it with Z. On the left, your attributes. On the right side, your darling with his currently equipped clothes and accessoires. And in the accessoire bar, you still have a free field below, not in my case. This is a soulstone slot for the jobs. Do you remember the equipment compartment in the armory chest? Under your character picture, you can show or hide the main hand and the head slot. Now I will show you a very cool thing. Here, recommended gear. Very helpful if you start a new job class and don't know what fits best. It will equip you with the most useful pieces of equipment from the armory chest. And when you have mastered your class, you can try to equip by yourself. The main menu. Divided into character, duty, logs, travel, party, social, system. The action and trait section under character is important. Under duty, you should take a look at the recommendations. They show you open activities in your level range in the region where you are at the moment. Under logs, you will find a hunting log. This is available for each of the starter classes. Cool thing for leveling, and you can deal with the basic moves of your character. But there's a separate video from me on the topic of hunting log. Check it out. Under social, you will find a submenu friend list. Here you can search for someone by their name. In addition, all friendly contacts come in here. The system contains the configuration, head-up display, HUD, and some other thing. I will also deal with this topic separately. Here you will also find direct access to the lodestone. Escape will quickly take you into the system to log out. Make sure to go off in a sanctuary. This can be recognized by the moon symbol on the routine bar. Routine bar. In the golden tone, you can see the experience you have already gained, and in the light blue, what you still needed for the next level. The hotbars. Each new action command is packed in here. If you want to move something here or start it again, unlock here. Then you can make your settings free. After that, lock it again. Because otherwise, chaos can ensue in the heat of battle. I have done it myself. Wasn't funny. By default, you've got return, teleport, sprint, and the load zone in the bars. With return, you can port yourself back to your home location. And teleport, you have all the attributes with which you have already harmonized. Small tip at this point: if you harmonize yourself with all city attributes in your starting city, then all exits will be unlocked for you and you don't have to walk to the respective exit. I have already recommended the load zone to you, but I will do it again. Check it out! It's so cool. Health bar and healing and combat resource. Always keep an eye on it before you fall, but that will not be prevented. Take it easy. Here I have already converted a hotbar into an emoji bar to have a few useful emojis ready. Final Fantasy XIV is very role-playing oriented. Greetings, saying goodbye, waving and thanking should be a matter of course. Being polite and friendly is good for everyone and doesn't hurt either, I promise. The emotes can be opened under social and emojis. Here. The chat area is divided into general, battle, event. If you are in a guild, you also have the guild channel. Speech bubble includes tell, say, party, alliance, yell, and shout. And possibly free company and the Newbies network. On the topic of newbies and chat, if you want to join the newbie chat, you must be invited by a mentor. You can recognize mentors by the crown symbol, where you have a sprout. Let yourself be invited. We did it! Once around! I hope you are now quite well prepared for your first steps in EOSEA. Nice to meet you, nice to have you, with the Final Fantasy community. A warm welcome. Cuties, this was my first all-around view for you. It is so nice to have you in the Final Fantasy XIV community. I hope it was helpful for your first steps in EOSEA. If you like it, I would be very happy about thumbs up and subscription, because there will be something new about Final Fantasy XIV in this channel every week. Take a look. I would be very happy if you were there. Suggestions and topic requests are always welcome. Take care, stay as you are. Bye, Pfirti, Baba, eure Auri. Bye bye.